YouTuber The Highway 9 is more commonly known for videos of his pets and his cars. However, in September of 2017, he found the entrance to a cave while hiking. He and his dog, Mystic, decided to take a closer look. They wander through the cave for several minutes until they suddenly encounter something unexpected.
Oh shit. Go. Come on, Mystic.
Standing in the darkness is a creepy looking figure wearing what appears to be long, dark robes. Fearing for his safety and somewhat panicked, the Highway 9 rapidly exits the cave and back into the sunlight. Strangely enough, that was the last video he ever uploaded to YouTube. Sadly, 12-year-old English bulldog Puka had to be put to sleep after a long illness which had caused her considerable pain. On the same evening that Puka died, Carol, the dog's owner, captured something unusual on her home security camera. A strange cloud appears and zips across the room. The object then heads towards the ceiling before finally disappearing. Are we looking at lens flare here? Or did Puka come home for one last time? YouTuber Una Bruzon was intrigued by a doll she'd spotted at an antique fair. She claimed that the eyes seemed to follow her, a pretty common optical illusion. Una brought the doll and thought nothing more of it. Once at home, however, the doll began to exhibit strange behaviour. It would turn its head whenever it was picked up. Its eyes would move from side to side, and it even blinked, albeit without the mechanisms to do so. Another haunted doll? Or just a broken one? Uploaded by Reddit user A Major Malfunction, this CCTV footage shows a young girl heading down a stairwell when she encounters a dark shadow entering from the doorway below. The girl races back upstairs as the shadow vanishes and then reappears and follows in her direction. Are we seeing a shadow person here? Or are we looking at a camera with a major malfunction?
Estoy fricado, ¿qué onda? Porque escucho pasos.
YouTuber Ricky Velasquez is live streaming from a cemetery in Mexico. When the camera pans around, his viewers notice a figure moving between the tombs. Unseen by Ricky at the time, however, he continues his exploration until he comes across a small path. What he sees at the end of the path disturbs him for the rest of the night.
No te pases, A ver.
An apparition resembling an old lady dressed in grey is peering out from behind one of the tombs, and right at that moment Ricky begins to hear voices coming from all around.
Espérame. ¡Ey! Ay, creo que algo se está saliendo aquí de control, ¿eh?
He circles and points his flashlight towards where he saw the figure, and it now appears to be standing further out than it was before. Again he runs away in fear, only to return moments later to find nothing, absolutely nothing. Whatever it was is now gone. Are the dead taking a moonlit walk through a cemetery at night? Or is there a more plausible explanation?
Tengo que salir de aquí porque se va a echar a perder, pero aquí estaba algo, aquí estaba, estoy seguro que estaba, yo la vi. Bueno, espero que ustedes la hayan podido captar.
The Liberty Independent Ghost Hunters of Texas captured this footage while investigating the old abandoned Lavaca jail.
Are you for real?
Orbs are seen, and a strange mist swirls around the room, changing directions every few seconds. As we watch, the camera falters for a moment, as if trying to focus on something unseen. Being very unnerved by this, the investigators decide it's probably time to leave.
Alright, YouTube.
YouTuber Way of Vlogs bought a haunted clown doll from a garage sale. The original owner had named the doll Squeaky after the sound it would often make late at night. Weyer sat it atop a tall cabinet, and then this happened.
Maybe these two things talk to each other? But no, the old lady that this belonged to, actually belonged to her mother, and she said that she calls it Squeaky because at night you could hear the doll squeak, which I did hear it squeak. Holy holy did you guys see that? My f***ing hands are shaking. Sorry, let me switch to the other hand. Holy the f***ing hand just f***ing moved. I'm actually probably going to lock this thing back up. Its hand f***ing moved out more, dude. Screw that.
The doll is now stored in a locked chest, and hopefully there it will remain. This low quality clip was taken from a taxi window in Bangkok, Thailand. The monument in the foreground appears to have some form of creature attempting to ascend. The creature makes several attempts before going around and trying again from the other side. The Thai news reports that the phone was returned to the manufacturer for inspection, and they found the camera to be in perfect working order. TikTok user Reba Bieber is taking a stroll around an abandoned property formerly owned by the Murphy family. What Reba Bieber doesn't notice, however, is that the house may not be quite as abandoned as one may think. Staring into the courtyard from an upstairs window is the face of a small child. A life-size toy left on the windowsill perhaps? Reflections in the glass? Or is it something else? Having been on many ghost hunts myself, I know that the most invaluable tools that we use are a flashlight, a camera, and an EMF meter. However, YouTuber Luan Mendes and a friend also add a crossbow to their arsenal of ghost hunting tools. As they both enter an abandoned building, they start to call out for the girl in white to show herself. And in true Hollywood fashion, the girl from The Ring miraculously appears. As they both scramble to the other side of the house, the girl can no longer be seen. But a short while later, as they are examining the crawl space under the floor, one of the team sees the girl yet again. As if on cue, the guy on the top floor hears his friend cry out, just in time to see a door closing all by itself. They both race outside in fear, only to re-enter and see the door slamming repeatedly. Once again they run away, having never used the crossbow. A couple of girls are enjoying a social evening together and are sat in a dimly lit room when one of them decides to take a drink. As soon as she replaces her glass on the table, it shoots off to the side, almost spilling its contents. The girls jump up from their chairs in surprise, and as we see no strings or any other attachments, we are left wondering if this is the work of a poltergeist or just a slippery table. Our next clip is believed to originate from Japan, where we see a girl casually walking down the street when she is forcefully pushed over by an unseen power. Luckily, the girl seems unharmed, but what could have caused such a phenomenon? It is possible that a sudden gust of wind could be responsible, but what about the man who is standing there? He seems completely unaffected. So what do you think happened here? Let me know in the comments below. In this clip we see a young boy happily preoccupied with watching cartoons. As he attempts to change the channel, however, an unseen force tries to wrestle the remote control from the boy's grasp. The child hardly seems to notice as his arms are pulled to the side. This carries on for a few seconds before gradually subsiding. A second attempt is then made to remove the controller from the boy, and we can actually see it leave his hand for just a split second. What kind of unseen force could be causing this? A ghost? A poltergeist? Or is it just a child playing? They say that children are far more susceptible to psychic phenomena than adults, and this little girl is no exception. The face of the happy child turns to confusion as she sees something pass her by. Seconds later, an orb can be seen passing over her head. Many viewers believe that orbs are caused by insects or dust, and is usually caused by a camera flash, although no camera flash was being used at this time. Was the child aware of something that we couldn't see? With the rise in demand for video baby monitors, we are seeing lots of strange phenomena being recorded around infants. Here, a family are installing a brand new monitor, and as the father checks out the images, a face suddenly peers from behind the bathroom door. The father, being somewhat unnerved at what he saw, races upstairs, only to find a completely empty bathroom. Could this be a shadow person, or just a faulty camera? TikTok user One Nontleysav lives in an 18th century home where you would expect the odd creaky staircase and ill-fitting doors. But although having never experienced anything spooky before, this night was different. The doorknob can be seen rattling as if someone is attempting to gain entry. Knowing he was alone, he grabbed his phone and captured this footage.
Bro, what? Bro.
YouTuber Jonah believes his home is haunted. He is in fact so convinced that he bought an EMF meter and proceeds to taunt the supposed spirit. While watching the meter respond, and after challenging the ghost to prove its existence by doing something, a loud thud is heard from the opposite side of the room. Is this coincidence, or is it something far more sinister?
If you're here, move an object or move something around us.
Play the sound.
Bye.